Arthur Smith got fired. And actually, let's talk about this. This is another story. The end of that game, okay? We talked about this before. The end of that game, for those of you who don't know, it was 41-17. The Falcons were getting stomped by the Saints. And then the Falcons throw an interception. It gets taken all the way back to the 1. Jameis Winston is at quarterback. Apparently, the coach, Dennis Allen, said that we called a victory formation, which just means kneel down, and they weren't going to score any more points. Apparently, Jameis said they went in the huddle and said no.
And they made an executive decision.
Janae, talk to me, because it was funny, but was it running up the score? What do you think?
Listen, okay, like you said, they got the interception, ran it down to the 1 yard line. Had they got the touchdown, would people really be complaining about should he have taken a knee right at the 1 yard line? You know, I think the only jacked up part about it is that they didn't line up in formation to actually look like they were going to run a play. They lined up in victory. Because they did that, the defense thought that they were going to take a knee. They didn't take a knee, but I still think it's funny as hell, Sean. I think it's funny that the head coach, Dent, right?
Who didn't? Arthur Smith came over Dennis Allen.
Yeah. DA came up and said, you know, I made the call to do victory. They got in the huddle. They said they wanted to do it for their boy. Jameis Winston, whether you like the call or not, is going to go down in history as the man in the Saints realm. Mm-hmm. Did you see the players on the sideline? They hyped, they dapping him up. They excited that he got that touchdown. The man went from 17 touchdowns last year to 0 this year. They wanted to get that man a touchdown. I'm not hating on it. I do feel some type of way when you got, you know, big guys like Shannon Sharp. I'm a huge fan of Shannon. But he's saying, you know, he's calling for his job. Why? No. I mean, if anything, the coach needs to handle it one-on-one, have a discussion. You shouldn't do that, whatever. But the players were hyped. You know, they wanted him to get the touchdown. It happened. I know they already got the win. But they wanted to get him that touchdown. He had 0 touchdowns. And they made a call. But I don't think you should be fired for that call. I think some type of punishment, whatever the team wants to do, whatever. But, I mean, they were hyped. I mean, you could even look at them on the sidelines. They were hyped for that touchdown, man. They went out like dogs, man. I think the Saints, you know, they fought as hard as they could. They didn't find out that they were out of the playoffs until the end. So, who cares? 1 yard line, he could have made the touchdown anyway to make it 48-17. Yeah. You know, and for aren't all getting all pumped up. Oh, F you and da-da-da. I'm like, yo, you already lost. You got dogged. You knew you were going to get fired prior to this. Man up and shut up. Get out of there, man. Atlanta sucks. They gave you a dynamic wide receiver core. Oh, my God. Drake London. I mean, how many other players do you need, Sean, to make it work?
That's true.
They went out there. I think somebody said their last 10 picks in the draft were all, you know, top players. Mm-hmm. They couldn't do it. You were going to get fired regardless. You're just mad that they added a little salt on there. Shout out to Jameis. I don't care. Sean, what you think?
I didn't have a problem with it. Be perfectly honest with you. I thought, look, when Jameis went to the locker room, he immediately said it was not on coach. It was on us. We made an executive decision. And when you think about who they did it for, Jamal Williams, guy was on the Lions, was a monster a year ago. All this media attention comes over here and doesn't have the same year, but he's a team guy. He's one of these guys that's very personable. Everybody loves him. Yep. Alex will tell us everybody was always about him in Detroit, and now that he's over here, that's something that Jameis, he wanted to do that for his dude. I mean, we all know about incentives and all that stuff. Breece Hall had what? That their mathematician or whatever was wrong. He thought he had 1,000 yards, but he came up like 8 or 9 yards short. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, so this stuff is huge for these guys.
They
so
do
for
it
him
all
to
the time.
Get that, yeah. So
and I get you, Alex. I know it's about respect. I know. But at this point, who cares about respect? We got to play y'all twice a year, every year. This is our last game, possibly. We don't even know if we're going in.
You made a point. When we were talking before. What if the interception return was a score touchdown? Are we complaining then? You know, we're not crying about it. Then we're saying, okay, it's okay. And I get it. Okay, maybe you should take a knee. You should go for mercy. But at the end of the day, hey, Alex, we coach. We've coached before. If you don't want us to score, stop us.
100%. You think Dallas would have stopped? You know, we're 35. You think we're gonna stop scoring just because it's 35-10? No, it doesn't happen. You're gonna put the five. No, I'm sorry, Sean. I know. But
wow, too soon today.
70 to whatever when Miami got 70 over Denver. Who cares?
Right.
70 points. Did they have to go out? Are we keeping the same narrative when Miami gets 70 points over Denver? I mean, come on, it happens. Yeah. I just only think that they should have ran it legit. They should have lined up, let the defense actually defend at the 1-yard line. I doubt they would have got it anyway. But that's the only part that I know Arthur Smith disagrees. I know, but we got to be fair all around. Are we calling for Tua's job because they scored 70 over Denver? No. So stop it. Stop it with he's got to lose his job and all that. I think that's petty. It's petty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.